This is the FanXin HuDong, and it surprised me as one of the best 3x3s I have ever tried. With incredibly smooth turning and remarkable corner cutting, it will be hard for any cube to come close in terms of performance. However, it struggles with features, which is where the WRM version 10 comes in, as this cube is much more rounded in having good performance with a bunch of extra add-ons. But which one should you buy? Well, I'm going to battle them in 7 categories that each get more important as we go to finally crown a winner. And the first category is the tensioning system. This is one of the main things that loses the HuDong credit in my opinion, as it is quite outdated and low quality. It does still offer one custom adjustment ring with 8 options, however the screw is something which I personally do not like. Some other people have commented saying that they do not mind having a screw because it gives you more choices, but in reality it just makes it so much harder to get equal settings on all 6 sides. In contrast, the WRM has one of the best and most customizable tensioning systems on the market, which I am a massive fan of. Therefore, it is clearly the better option for this first round. But now let's look at the magnets. And this is much closer because you can't adjust the magnets on either of the 2 cubes. On top of this, in the feet of the edges and corners on both cubes, there are magnets which attract to the core. However, the thing that separates them is that the HuDong has these 3 extra pieces on the feet of each corner. This results in one of the most noticeable and clicky auto alignments on any cube. Therefore, it wins this round, as we now take a look at the build quality of these 3x3s. So whilst they're both pretty strong and don't feel like they're going to break during turns, the HuDong has fully primary internals compared to the coloured pieces on the WRM. This shows that FanXin have put more effort into manufacturing this cube. However, one thing that I noticed pretty quickly was how the white side on the HuDong is somewhat yellow and is nowhere near as bright compared to the WRM. This could suggest that FanXin have used cheaper materials when making this 3x3, but regardless, I still think that it has a better overall build quality. But now, before the last 3 categories, which mainly focus on the turning and performance, let's talk about the value for money. First though, if you have made it this far, there are over 90% of you that have not subscribed, so please hit that button, as I am going to be making some of the best cubing content of this year. Back to it, and these 2 cubes come in at pretty much the exact same price, with the WRM being just $1 more expensive. But considering it offers a fully customizable dual adjustment system and is nearly as good when it comes to the magnets and quality, I would say that Moyu has better value for money. So moving on now to the corner cutting, and this is one of the biggest factors for me personally, as it can be the difference between a very high performing and a very low performing 3x3. Looking at the HuDong first, and you can see how it has good forward cutting and quite impressive reverse cutting, which is likely due to the rounded center cap, allowing for each turn to glide more smoothly. The WRM V10 has similar forward cutting, with it going pretty much to the same place whilst being equally as effortless, but reverse is noticeably more choppy and it can't cut to the same distance as the HuDong. So therefore, FanXin takes this round, as we now move on to the controllability. This is something that I praised the HuDong on in my review. However, considering it has such good corner cutting, you do have to forfeit some of the stability in order to reach that level of flexibility. In contrast, the WRM is less flexible, but this massively helps in order to increase your control when turning. So that means that the version 10 wins this round, as we now go on to the actual performance. First of all, using the HuDong, it is clear that this rivals some of the best 3x3s, as it feels remarkably premium and incredibly smooth. This is combined with the above average stability, which doesn't quite beat the WRM, but is still very good, allowing this cube to be pushed to the limits of each sole without having moments of uncontrol. Therefore, I have found myself being able to rely on the HuDong during fast turns, as it will not prevent me from doing so. Another strong benefit to this 3x3 is that it is one of the best sounding cubes that I have ever tried, with a soft and mute sound which is satisfying to use. In contrast, the WRM is much louder, which can be distracting and irritating during soles. However, this doesn't take away from some of the best performance of any 3x3. It says a lot for a cube that was released nearly 10 months ago to still be competing with the newest and best 3x3s, which makes it clear that Moyu did a great job when making the version 10. Furthermore, I really like how fast this cube is, whilst also being able to have very controllable turning. But which one is better? Well, personally, I prefer the performance on the HuDong, and therefore it wins this battle. But which of these do you think is better? Let me know in the comments. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and thank you very much for watching.